Good to have you on the show. 360 Sport on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Well, look at those games that we played in the NPFL yesterday. Matches were played. 6 games went on in the NPFL. Quickly, let's look at the NPFL result there. Plateau trash Heartland as Lobby Stars, although this is the Youth League there. Well, for the Youth League, let's actually look at that particular Youth League result that went down yesterday. Rangers play 1-0 draw against Plateau United. Katsina United played 2-2 against Raymond Stars. Waiziva United, they were on bye. And if you look at the way the table is right now in the NPFL Youth League taking place in Benin City, Plateau United are topping with 5 points, followed by Rivers United, Katsina United on the same point of 4, Rangers and Raymond Stars on 1 point apiece there, just to let you have a feel of the NPFL Youth League taking place in Benin City. Now, let's look at the senior boys, or men, that play in the NPFL proper. Now, matches played yesterday, a big one. Bayelsa United defeated Doma United 2-0, Enugu Rangers pipped Raymond Stars 1-0. For Plateau United, they walloped Heartland of Owerri 5-1 in an away game. Good one for Plateau United. Katsina United 3-2 against Kano Pillars. Sporting Lagos 2-1, they defeated Aqua United, the video you just saw there. And for Sunshine Stars 2-0, they play against Lobby Stars in Akure, where they were able to win that particular encounter. And if you look at how the table is right now in the NPFL, well, for the way it is right now, it seems the teams like Doma United, for losing that game, they actually had to move down the log. For Lobby, they are still topping with 39 points, followed by Plateau United 38 points. Enugu Rangers, they are standing 12 there. You have Raymond Stars fighting hard to stay at top there. Kano Pillars, they are now 5th. Eyimba, Katsina United, that winning has actually propelled them to stand 7 on the log. And you have Doma United now standing 8 now. Well, big one, although it's still very close among all the teams, 39 to 32 from 1 to 8. Bende Insurance standing 9th, although they have much to play. Rivers United, they also stand 10th on the log with 2 matches that they have in their hand right now. Good one for all the teams that are fighting hard to stay at top there. In the bottom of the table from 11 to 20, you have Abia Warriors, Shooting Stars, Sporting Lagos, Bayelsa United, Sunshine Stars, Kwara United, Niger Tornadoes in that pecking order. And at the bottom of the table is Heartland FC. What an irony for that team. While their leaders are doing so well in the NWFL, the men are struggling. Well, ahead of them is Gombe United with 21 points, Aqua United 21 points. You have Niger Tornadoes in 17 position. Just to let you have a feel of how it actually went down in the NPFL. What matches will be coming up today? Let's look at the fixtures of those matches that will be coming up in the NPFL fixtures for today. Eyimba will also be playing their game. Looking at the NPFL fixtures there, where we're waiting for that to be on the screen. Well, we'll be talking about Eyimba versus Gombe United, Abia Warriors, Kwara United, Bende Insurance. They'll be in Ibadan to face Shooting Stars. Those matches up today in the match day 22 to complete those matches play earlier on Wednesday. Good one there. Right now, at least we're giving you updates concerning the result in the NPFL and also the result in the NPFL Youth League taking place in Benin City. Right now, we talk about the team that has been tagged the most important league. When you look at it, they are the ones that project players, or rather teams that play in the NPFL. Nigerian National League, we're going to be focusing on the NNL, as we call it. Nigerian National League, that's the focus this hour. And we'll be having the guest in the studio, the Chief Operating Officer, the man that has actually seen that when it comes to sport, football especially. He actually has a PhD in sport management in the person of Abdulrahaman. He's here in the studio with us to talk NNL, Nigeria National, as the Chief Operating Officer of that particular league, the most important league in Nigeria. We have him in the studio. They call him Doctor, and I also call him Doctor there. Good to have you, sir.
My pleasure. And the viewers.
Okay, we're talking about the Nigerian National League. NNL, as we know, is a very important league because there's no way you can enter the NPFL without the NNL. You have to play there. We have 40 teams jostling for honor in this particular category of our league. Now, let's look at the second stanza is coming up, starting from Friday, tomorrow. First of all, just summarily, give us insight to what has happened in the first stanza before we talk about the second stanza.
Thank you. The board, under the leadership of Judge Alo, have agreed before the commencement of the season that we have a singular objective, and that is to change the narrative, to rebrand the league. The league have gotten to a stage that it requires rebranding, and for the sake of feasibility and attraction to the would-be sponsors, we have been doing just that for the first round, and we intend to intensify it in the second round. So far, so good. We had a very successful first round. You know, like the elder says in Africa, who starts the job is who finishes the job. So we are praying that all our stakeholders, all the clubs will give us the maximum support, including the officiating officials, so that we have a successful completion. We have done very well in the first. I want to give you a take-home, an exclusive one for the first round. For the first time in Nigeria League, I want you to investigate it. Because at least in all my 25 years old in Nigeria football, I have spent nothing less than 20 years in leagues. I have gone around the leagues. And I am telling you categorically that National League have done so well in the first round. We, out of 190, what's it called? 93 total matches played in all the 4 conferences. We have 4 conferences, A, B, C, and D. A and B comprises of that of the South, and C and D is the North. Out of this total number of matches, we are able to record 27, what's it called? In terms of, I think, what's it called? 27 away wins.
Out of those matches, 37 away wins. 27. That is just for the first round. It's spectacular, but it's not commendable yet until the completion of the season. But it's a special and exclusive one. And in addition, we were able to record a draw of 45 out of this 193, which gives us about, is it not 37%? 27% of the entire matches played. Is something that the sports statistics will have come forward and market this league and say, no, it's performance-based. And if any league is feasible with this performance, we have no reason to be looking for sponsors. They should be the one to look for us because they want to associate with excellence. It's a very rare one to achieve. That's the first half of Itanza. I am not boasting. You can compare with other leagues currently. You will see the comparison. The comparison will give you an highlight of what we are talking about. So we hope to improve on what we have achieved in the first round. We had little, let's say, very little and insignificant areas of violence. I will not say nothing because it's insignificant does not mean there was not, but it's insignificant because we nail it on time. When we observe one, we don't want it to grow. So we pick it and we hit it, we sanction it so that we can have a venue friendly for all the stakeholders to come and watch our matches anywhere, all over Nigeria. It's spread all over Nigeria. Now, while you're talking about the first stanza, now the second stanza is starting on Friday. And let's kick start from there. Preparation on ground to make it better than first stanza, as you have mentioned now, giving us statistics. Now, the second stanza is coming up. I'm sure from the way we've been seeing in the media that the second stanza will be better off than the first stanza. That is where we are to. We are at our hand as organizers. We are collective in looking at how it will be better. In organization, we are on ground, we are ready. What the other area that we are watching is the conduct of the clubs and officials at every center. It concerns us because it's also going a long way to give us the statistics we are talking about. So we expect a better and an improved cooperation from all the stakeholders so that we can end the league by presenting the best of the best. Okay, if you just joined us, we've been talking with Abdulrahaman, the Chief Operating Officer of Nigeria National League, and he's actually taking us around, talking about the second season starting from Friday. 40 teams slugging it out to see who will win this particular league this time around. And really, we've seen better things coming in our Nigerian National League. Right now, let's talk about issue of pitches. Pitches and security is going to be 2-in-1 because it is where when they want to play matches that you have to get those places secured. What is the NNL doing concerning this in this second stanza?
Yes, towards the resumption of the second stanza, a review of the first stanza revealed to us, based on match officials' observation and report, that 2 pitches are in bad shape. And we have banned those pitches. Actually, one of them is that of Ekiti. It used to be a very fine pitch, but maybe due to lack of maintenance, they lost it. They said they are watering it, but as at the moment, it has not met our standard. We still insist they must get another alternative venue that is already approved, so that it will not affect the sequence of our of our matches. So you see, a good venue attracts less security threats. When you have a good venue, it makes the 2 teams to display the best quality of football, and it makes it easier for the officiating also to make a good call. Because when you have a good match being played on a good pitch, the fans will enjoy themselves watching good football. The officials will also have it easy and easier to make good calls. You understand me now? So, but when there is no bad pitches, then you see tension coming from both sides to outclass each other. Instead of displaying, then they will be using emotion. Emotion will not be used to replace the what's it called, the performance, the physical performance, which is being inhibited by the nature, by the condition of the pitch. So we are not tolerant to pitches that cannot host professional football match. And accordingly, like you asked, security, like I mentioned in the first part of it, is what I have just cited, that when we observe something close to violence, we nail it. Like in a particular scene in the Southwest, we observe a match being televised by state television, live coverage, and we observed that the fans seated behind the dugout of the away team were throwing pebbles. We didn't wait for the match to end. We sanctioned them, because that is how it starts. When you nail it on time, it will not spread. When they see that nothing happens, then the fans will come, maybe the next time, touch their away team. Maybe the next one touch the match officials. So far, for the first round, we had no incidents of match officials being harassed, and we hope not to have it in the second round.
Now, talking about NNL or security and that particular issue of bad pitches that you have actually mentioned. Now, are there stadium or pitches that have been, just apart from the Ekiti own that you mentioned, any other one that have been actually penalized?
I have told you that we make a time-to-time review of all the pitches that is hosting. At the beginning of the season, we stopped some pitches from hosting, which they have to adopt. And by the time their pitches come back, especially one of them is that of the Fufure in Adamawa, it has hosted Premier League match before. But when we saw that the condition was bad, we told them they cannot play. So they were playing in Gombe for the whole of the first round. So within that time, they were working on the pitch. So when the pitch come back to life, they invited us, and we asked a board member to go and look at it, because we value quality pitches for our matches, because of television, because of even the fans, so that it will not bring down the integrity of the league. So now we just ask them to go back, because we are satisfied with what they presented to us. So these are it's not a permanent measure that if you are banned, your pitch can never hold, because, if you are stopped for using your pitch, does not mean it is banned. So whenever the pitch improves in quality, we bring you back. But if it doesn't, you maintain your adopted home.
Okay, good one. Talking about NNL now, Nigerian National League, focusing on that with the Chief Operating Officer who has actually been still with us. Right now, let's talk about officiating. You know, we know that in Nigeria, the mentality that all must win is there rather. Number two, the fans also want to make sure they win by all costs. But that is changing now, because we've seen situations whereby, as you mentioned, so many games were won away, which has really changed the narrative of Nigerian football that has to do with NNL. Now, officiating, the officials, referees, NNL, the understanding is that the officials, that is referees, must be up to standard in knowing all the rules and regulations that has to do with officiating games. What has it been between NNL and these referees?
Yes, very cordial, and you must give it to them that the officiating has been very good. We are satisfied. The board is satisfied with the officiating of the first round. It doesn't mean that we don't have one or
skirmishes.
Yes, skirmishes. Yes, but when you are looking at performance holistically, you don't, because of one or two bad eggs, then you condemn the performance of majority. So if not, we won't be having the results like the statistics I highlighted to you. So we must give it to the match of it. The referees appointment committee and the referees basically that officiated our matches, they've done, we give them a very good pass mark for the first round. But we appeal to them to improve on what they have done in the first round, because this is really the stage. The second round is the stage because of justly for promotion. That's justly for super hit, which is a very thick one, which is not concluded, because it has to get to a level before you can say, yes, I have gotten enough points, if you can garner that. But let it be that it's garnered on the field. That is our stand. And we have been getting that cooperation. We have appealed for an improved cooperation. We believe we'll get it when the stage is set.
So it means the NNL and the NRA have their
not good... NRA, Referees Appointment, Nigeria Football Federation Referees Appointment Committee.
Okay.
And the NRA too, they are our friends.
A good one there. The friendship will continue to at least give us a better result in the Nigeria National League there. We've been talking about that league, important league in Nigeria football, and you can't take anything away from them. 40 teams jostling for honor starting from Friday. They will be trying to see who stays top in all the groups there. Now, we look away from all what we have been mentioning. Let's talk about the plans ahead, because you just mentioned Super 8. The plans ahead for that Super 8.
Yes. We're almost there, and we'll make it public as soon as we conclude with our partnering states that wants to host. Well, because one of the major considerations is that we want a hosting state where it's devoid of any interest of any possible qualifiers, so that at our level in this world, we still think that if a match of, for instance, Bender Insurance is played in Benin, it will be influenced. You understand me now? If not, an official can come from Benin and still Bender Insurance can still lose that match. There are still some good officials that I know in Nigeria football, but our mentality is actually the issue. We want to organize a Super 8 that is devoid of criticism or the controversy right from beginning to the end. Venue could be an issue. No, this team is based here now. It's close.
Why would they put somebody from there?
Why would you ask us to come here and gather? Seriously, we are going to experience. I wish your TV station has the capacity to come to the stage and come and partner us. You will see.
That's an opportunity for us.
You will see an improved organization of quality. It's not a, yes, it's a continuation of the league, but it's going to be a superb tournament, top notch, to round up the season by the grace of God. And we shall see the actual one coming out to get promotion, which will make it easier for them to acclimatize in the advanced professional football.
The big one there. Now, when it comes to football in Nigeria, you just can't take it away, because this particular league is the most important. They actually bridge the two together, and we can't take anything from the Nigeria National League. The chief operating officer has been with us in the studio, and now we look at the area of broadcast. As you mentioned, I know that whenever they play matches, the result comes out instantly. You see the result, you see the table, courtesy, at least a commendation to your media team there. And now, and the entire management. When it comes to broadcasts of this particular league, let's split it into two now, maybe TV broadcast, streaming, and all that. What's the NNL doing to make sure Nigerians can easily see more of these games?
Presently, we have a TV station that is on testing. Right from maybe take like 2 matches in a week and go. Still testing. We have not actually concluded, but I'm sure when the two sides are convinced by the partnership, we will. So on usual visibility, at least if we, let me say 30% or 40% visibility we are getting. But more importantly, all the clubs have the capacity to stream. And they have been streaming their matches. What it means is that, in other words, when you go and play a match away, for assurances, you send your streaming link to us, we are watching your game. So, and the whole world too, because they make it open, streaming means anybody can access it. So that has been going, but we are not satisfied yet with the level of visibility. We want more visibility that will make people to see the quality of the job. The quality and of the product. We want attraction that will make people to. We are going to people. Football is not supposed to leave its base to look. It's a good product that sells itself. But maybe with visibility, people will know that no, they deserve to be partnered. That is where That's our target.
Maybe that's an opportunity to actually say maybe Trust TV can also partner with NNL.
It's open. We are waiting for your offer.
Seriously. A big one there. We've been talking concerning the Nigerian National League with the COO with us in the studio. That's a big one there. Well, when it comes to football in Nigeria, I noticed that the home must win mentality is actually fading away. I've seen the NPFL, the NNL, the NLO, and even the youth league. It's something. It seems all the leagues are really. In fact, all including the NWFL, the home must win mentality is really going away bit by bit, and it's as if all the leagues they've been able to work on this particular big problem, because gone are those days that you check results, all the home teams will actually win, and then you check away team, none of them will actually get a result. But now that is changing. What has been the difference that made this thing to happen?
Yeah, I will not apologize for saying this, but I want to cite an instance to you. Is it possible for you as a student to know more than your teacher? Is it possible for one of the sectors of your Nigerian economy to strive, differently from the actual state of our economy? The secret of all this, give it to Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusau.
NFL president
is a man that wants results, and he goes for it. He has given his mandate, the mandate to people to say, go and organize, but I want better organization. I have no interest in any club. You understand what I mean? And when these leaders sit up, you will see the difference. That's just the proverbial way I can answer you.
A big one there. We've been talking with Abdulrahaman in the studio with us, the Chief Operating Officer of Nigerian National League, talking with us on this particular show. Well, if you want to watch football, when it comes to the second tier of Nigerian Football League, NNL is the place to be, really. The way you follow those foreign leagues abroad, you can also follow the Nigerian National League. The media units are trying to see how they can improve more, and they always promote the result and also the table. And according to what they have said, that they are doing everything possible to make sure the second stanza, starting from tomorrow, Friday, gets better than the first stanza, and also the planning ahead of the Super 8, where expectations are high to see where they will play the matches that will be coming up. And he also talked about security, the pitches, not forgetting the fact that he mentioned that they are making sure they work with the NFF to make sure everything goes well there. Well, a big one there. Before we go, let me just give you the result of the NBA result games we played earlier today. We look at the result of the NBA there before we wrap it up. You look at Dallas Mavericks, they defeated Toronto Raptors 132-125. New Orleans Pelicans, they lost against Indiana Pacers. For Minnesota Timberwolves, actually they won by extra 9 points against Memphis Grizzlies. Cleveland Cavaliers lost against Chicago Bulls, while Sacramento Kings 96 against Denver Nuggets, who won by 117. Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James, well, that game he did well there, been coming back to actually help that team 116-112 to defeat LA Clippers as they clip their wings there, just to give you a result there. And the FA Cup matches played yesterday. We have Chelsea defeating Leeds United 3-2. Nottingham Forest lost against Manchester United. Brighton also lost against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Liverpool 3-0 against Southampton in those games. And look at the draws that have been made instantly. You have Wolverhampton against Coventry City, Manchester United against Liverpool, Leicester versus Chelsea, big one there. Manchester City versus Newcastle United. Those are development in the world of football. FA Cup, not forgetting the NBA. Also, we took the NPFL, the result, the table, and also the NPFL Youth League in the studio with us. We've had the person of Chief Operating Officer, Abdulrahaman, the one they call Doctor. Good one to have you in the studio. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
And welcome all of them.
Good one there. Well, I have to go now. As you know, Adeni Ajishafe is the name. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.